Two Deer by Leo Tolstoy. Count Leo Tolstoy. Tolstoy is a Russian writer. He is famous for his great novel War and Peace and Anna Karenina. When he was 20 years old, he has achieved literary achievement with his writings Sevastopol Sketches, which has been published in 1855. Later it is followed by a semi-autobiographical work or semi-autobiographical trilogy of novels Childhood, Boyhood and Youth. He is a philosopher, moral thinker, and he is one of the greatest writers of the world. If the procedural delay has been taken place, what happens? Or if the death sentence has been converted, or if it is changed into life imprisonment, what happens? Such kind of story is here. Two Deer. Two Deer is the name of the story. Two Deer in the sense very costly. It's a story of a foolish king. We shall see the story. Near the borders of France and Italy, there was a kingdom called Monaco. It is located on the shore of Mediterranean Sea. Only 7,000 people were there in that kingdom. If the land has been divided among the people, only an acre may be there for each citizen. There was everything in that kingdom, and there is a kinglet. Kinglet in the sense king of a small area or small kingdom. He has everything: bishop, ministers, courtiers, army, generals, everything was there with him. But the army, it consists of only 60 members, 60 soldiers. He has income source, but the income source, it was very less. He has put the tax on various aspects like wine, alcohol, spirits, tobacco, and even there is a poll tax also. Poll tax in the sense that is a tax on each individual. But the thing is that he was unable to run his kingdom, and he has identified a special income source, that is roulette. Roulette, that is a kind of game. The people will come there and they will try their luck, and they will go. This is almost like a dice game. But the thing is that this dice game or the roulette game, this game, it was only left in Europe, and German sovereigns, they have stopped it because many people have committed suicide because of this game. People will come there and they will try their luck. When they have lost the money, they will commit suicide. Because of that reason, German sovereigns have stopped it. But it was left in Europe, and he has got monopoly of that game. Monopoly in the sense only he has that right to run that game. So everything was going on, and he knows it. This is a dirty business. This is not the appropriate business. But the thing is that he has continued it because of income source, because of the income only. He knows the proverb very well. You cannot earn stone palaces by honest labor. He has followed that proverb, and he has permitted that game. And he has his coronation, levies, rewards, sentences, and pardons. And he has a council of ministers, courts, court poets, justice, jurymen, all these things. But the thing is that compared to all other kingdom, this was there in a smaller scale. Kinglet is leading his kingdom. Everything was going on nicely. But the thing is that a murder has been committed in the territory, in that province. Someone has murdered someone, case has been registered, investigation has been made, and criminal has been identified, and he has been sent to the court. Judges, I mean the jurymen, or a bench of justice was there. Those judges have heard all the pros and cons in the sense argument in favor of and against. They have heard all the pros and cons, then they have given the verdict unanimously. In that verdict, they have clearly mentioned that the criminal's head must be cut off. That is the punishment for him. So, the same verdict, it has been sent to the Kinglet. Kinglet has observed it, and he has said that if the criminal is eligible for that punishment, give that punishment for him. You can punish him with that punishment. He has shown the green signal. So that punishment has been finalized for him. But there is a hitch in the sense problem. What is that problem actually? There was neither a guillotine machine and nor an executioner. In order to operate that guillotine machine, an executioner is required. Guillotine machine, in a sense, during the time of World War, Hitler has used it in order to cut the head off. That machine has been used. So they have made an inquiry. By the side of that Monaco kingdom, there were two neighboring countries. One is France and one more is Italy. And they have sent a letter to the government of France, and they have received a reply after 1 week. The government of France is ready to send executioner as well as the guillotine machine with the price of 16,000 francs. Francs, that is the France currency. But the Kinglet is not agree with that, and he is ready to call all the council of ministers, and he is ready to discuss with them. So he has done the same, and he has said that it may be more than 2 francs on each individual. Only 7,000 people was there in that Monaco country. 16,000 francs in the sense on each individual, so more than 2 francs will be there. So it may cause for the riot. People may not agree with that. He has said like this, and he has rejected it. And he has asked his council of ministers to find any solution in a cheaper way. So they have given the suggestion that by the side of that country, one more neighboring country was there, that is Italy. Actually, France, that is a republican country, doesn't have any proper respect about kingship. But the Italy government, it has the respect about the kingship. So it is better to write a letter to the government of Italy. They have suggested him like this. And they have sent a letter to the government of Italy, and then government of Italy also has given a reply. They are ready to send executioner as well as guillotine machine with the price of 12,000 francs. That reply has been received by the government of Monaco, I mean Kinglet of Monaco. But it is also costly for them. It is nearly 2 francs on each individual. So Kinglet has rejected this also, and he has suggested the council of ministers to find any kind of solution in a cheaper way. And then someone has suggested them. Actually, they have an army which consists of 60 soldiers. During the time of war, they will kill enemies. So in the same way, now we can assign this task to our army, and any one of the soldiers can cut the criminal's head off. It is very, very cheaper way. Someone has suggested like this. And in the same way that army members have been called in front of this kinglet, generals, I mean the heads of that army has been called for the meeting, and they have discussed. But the thing is that those soldiers are not ready to do that work. They have said that this is the thing they have not been taught for at all. During the time of war, they can easily kill the enemies. But the thing is that in a normal situation, they cannot kill any persons, and how to kill a person has not been taught to them, so they have rejected it. What was to be done? Then the meeting has been called once again. The council of ministers have gathered, and Kinglet was there. Everyone has discussed, and they have identified a solution for this hitch or the problem. Actually, what is the punishment for him? That criminal's head must be cut off. But the thing is that instead of giving this punishment, that death sentence, we can change into life imprisonment. Some of the persons have given this suggestion to the kinglet, and kinglet has agreed. Death sentence has been changed into life imprisonment. And there was no proper lockup also in that kingdom. Since it is a very small kingdom, there was no proper lockup also. However, they have identified a small lockup, and they have put him in that lockup. However, they have managed it. But since it is not a proper lockup, there is a chance of escaping. So in order to keep an eye on that person, a guard has been appointed. Then it is finalized, and up to some days it has gone. Some months have passed, some years have passed. One day, Kinglet was looking over the accounts. If he wants to run his kingdom properly, proper balance must be there. I mean, the income and the expenditure, their proper balance must be there. Income must be more and expenditure must be less. So he was checking the accounts. He was looking over the accounts. There he has identified a new kind of expense, that guard's salary and this criminal. This criminal, he was very much young. He is not old, and he may lead his life for next 50 years. So here, this is a kind of burden, economic burden actually. So he has identified this kind of new kind of expenditure, and he felt very bad. He was so much unhappy, and he has called for the meeting once again. This meeting has been held after some years, and in that he has put a question. There is a guard, we are paying the salary for him, and we are and there is a person, there is a criminal also. So here, this is exactly the waste expenditure. So we have to get rid of him, and we have to get rid of this person, this guard also. So here, actually, 600 francs, that is a guard's salary. So that is completely waste. So these are all the things have been discussed in that meeting, and someone has suggested that it is better to dismiss that guard. So someone has raised the question, if we have dismissed that guard, what happens that criminal, definitely he will run away. So it is once again danger for us. And one more minister has said that let him run away. What to do with that person? Let him run away. And then after that, finally, one of the ministers have asked the criminal, why do you not run away? If you run away also, Kinglet never bothers. Now that criminal is going to speak. You have caught me and you have done the investigation and you have punished me. Then you have changed that punishment, that death sentence you have changed into life imprisonment, and you have put me in the jail. And then you have appointed a guard to keep an eye on me, and that guard, he was bringing the food from the kitchen of the palace. Then you have dismissed that guard also. You made me to fetch the food from the palace kitchen. On that time also I did not speak. Whatever the decisions you have taken on that situation, you did not ask me anything. You have taken the decision how you want. You did not ask me anything at all. Totally you have ruined my character. Now if I run away from this place, if I go to my village, people will show their backs towards me. People never receives me at all. You have ruined my character. I have become completely lethargic. You did not assign any work also, so you have completely ruined my character. Now you don't want me to keep in the jail. Now you are expecting me to run away from this jail. So I cannot do that. I never run away. I won't go anywhere else. I will be here only. This is the argument of that criminal. Now how to get rid of this person? It's very difficult actually. And once again the meeting has been called. In that meeting there was a hot discussion. How to get off this person? It's very difficult. These are all the things have been discussed in that meeting. And someone has suggested a stupid idea that it is better to fix a pension for him. And that foolish king has agreed with that. 600 francs has been fixed as the pension for that criminal. But here we have to identify that what kind of weak person he is, weak king is, foolish king is. For that criminal they are going to give the pension instead of punishing him. Totally 600 francs have been fixed as the pension for him, and he also has agreed with that, and he has gone, and finally he has purchased a bit of land nearby that kingdom only, and he has stayed there. Sometimes he will come to the kingdom, and he has collected his pension amount and he has gone. Totally he has led his life happily. Here what we have to observe here is that even though he is a criminal, he has got instead of getting the punishment. This is absolutely wrong. But the good thing is that he did not commit the crime. He did not commit that murder. So that is the good thing here.